You know, I've yet to see anyone actually mention this because I don't think anyone actually saw it because for some reason it was like buried in the news. But yeah, EX Nappa's getting his Zenkai Awakening, so there you go. Let's hope they don't screw him up like they did with Raditz. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Strine, and today I am going to be doing what I said I'd do in a previous video. It was the message to free-to-play players video. I briefly mentioned on screen through text that I would be going over the two teams that I use, androids and females. And I'd be doing a full kind of breakdown on them and showing you why I use them, why I use the setup I use from the characters to the equipment, and why I think those are the optimal plays for them. So, let's start off with the androids team. It's the team I'm currently using this season in PvP. Last season I used the females. Season before that was androids. I'm flipping between them. One season androids, next females. That way I don't get too bored of any one team. Granted, 21 and 18 on both of them, but I tend not to use 21 on the android team. And the reason for that is, for some weird reason, a lot of people expect you to bring her, and I just don't, because a lot of times, especially with fusions, I found whenever someone is running fusions, they are much more likely to bring yellow Vegito for 21 because they already know they're bringing Vegito blue in case Cell comes. So instead of trying to prepare for a 16, a lot of times they will either decide whether to bring a red unit for 18 or a purple unit for 16. And a lot of times I find that they go the route of bringing a purple unit for 16 and then they lose because they're all Saiyans and 18 runs through Saiyans, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, I don't actually use 21 on the android team. I mainly use Cell because his second life is so valuable. And this team holds a lot of strike cards. If I bring 21, I literally have a full strike hand. And the stupid part is, right, 18 actually holds 2 blast cards. So you'd think having blast cards wouldn't be a problem. But then I believe 16 holds 2 strike cards, yes, and 21 also holds 2 strike cards. So it creates a situation where you don't really ever have any blast cards in your hand. And if you have no blast cards in your hand, it's actually a very bad thing. Like a very bad thing in neutral, because if you don't have blast armor, there's literally no way that you're going to get anywhere near your opponent. You kind of need a suit. It's like you need something with a short animation, like a super or green card with a short animation, which, by the way, for those of you who are not aware, because I run into a lot of people and they never know this, in his first form, before transformation, Cell's super is a short animation. 21's green card and super are both short animations, and 18 super is also a short animation. So just keep that in mind if you run into those characters. 21 especially will mess you up because both her green and blue cards are short animations. So keep that in mind. If someone uses that, they're likely just trying to bait you into vanishing. Wait for them to sidestep. Because, oh boy, they will mess you up if you don't. But having no blast cards is a very bad thing. So if you bring 21, I would suggest that you lead 18, because I found leading 18 gives you a better chance of starting the match with a blast card in your hand. Never lead 21 because she will give you a full hand of strike cards. And when I say a full hand, I don't mean like 3 strikes and a green or whatever. No, you'll have 4 strike cards and be completely screwed. So either start off with Cell and bring Cell. If you bring Cell, for some reason, when 2 characters are holding blast cards, you have a much more balanced deck. I find myself having a much more balanced deck when I've got 4 blast cards and 2 green cards. But if I have 4 strike cards, I said 2 green cards, 2 blast cards. But if I have 4 strike cards and 2 blast cards, I find myself having far more strike than blast. And it's so weird. I don't understand it, but that's just how it is. So let's talk about the actual team, though. I'm going all over the place here. This is the team I have set up for it. My bench are the two EX Future Androids. They have some of the best Z abilities in the game. 33% to blast attack and defense for 18, and 33% to strike attack and defense from 17. It's pretty much essential. If you're going to run Android, you got to have these two. You got to have these two. There are other options, but I don't have those options at high starred. Where's Android? There we go. I don't have those options very high star. If you don't have, that 18 to high stars, you can always use this guy. 24% to blast attack and defense. Or say if you have this guy starred up, like I for some reason do, he'll give 29% to blast attack and defense. So there's other options, but obviously these guys are the best. And I think this 17 is the only one. Well, no, this guy also gives strike attack and defense. This one right here, 26%. So, but obviously those two are the best. So I would highly recommend if you have these guys, even at just 3 stars. I think at like 3 stars, their Z ability is still like 25% or something. So they're definitely the best way to go. You'll notice I don't have any blues here, and the reason for that is no blue unit on the Android team is good enough to warrant me missing out on any of that Z ability. So you guys have seen I've used this guy a couple times. I think he's really good. If you have him and you're like super desperate for a blue unit, he's really good. 40% strike damage, cannot be stacked when he enters the battlefield. When he's in there with a blue or Android tag, he reduces damage by 20%, arts card draw speed, and he's got some really good support, 5% to your health, and 30% damage that cannot be stacked, but also has no timer count limit. So as long as Vegito doesn't come in and cancel your attribute upgrades, this buff isn't going away. He's like Baby, but reversed. So he's definitely really good, but I can't justify using him since he doesn't boost the Android tag. He does blue and purple, so he'll buff himself and 21, but he won't be buffing the rest of the team. So I can't really justify using him at a higher rank play, simply because he's not high enough star. If I had him at 7 stars, I could probably deal with not having the ability bonus, but 4 stars, he's really good, don't get me wrong, but at 4 stars, he's more just for setting up 18, and at the end of the day, 18 doesn't need it. She'll be perfectly fine without it. She'll be perfectly fine without it. So until we get a new blue unit, this is likely how the team's gonna look. And that's the reason why. Cell, you got the second life, 21 can transform. I bring 21 on some occasions. Like, if I run into like a really high-starred green unit, then yeah, I'll bring 21. But, I ran into my second ever Zenkai Beerus. And I had to bring 21 for that. But, moving on to the equipment for this team. Obviously, 18's got like some of the best equipment in the game because you've got this 13% blast, 10% strike, and then 15 and 14% to both defenses. Absolutely ridiculous. Then I've pumped her full of more defense, double defense and special move damage. And the reason for that is 18 already does a lot of damage. I don't need her to do any more. Her damage is ridiculous. And 2 of her 3, really this one's literally all of her stats. And let's just go over this one real quick. Blast attack, blast defense, and then strike attack for each Android character. So the reason why we use this one is because she's already a good tank. And with this, literally, like, nothing hurts her. She can, like, Vegito Blue likes to do 10-year combos. 18 can just sit there and take it. Like, is this supposed to hurt? Like... 21, she's got the same females equipment. I would highly recommend that you grind this equipment. If you're gonna play females or androids, you need this equipment. This is an essential, a must-have equipment. You cannot run a female warrior if you're not using this equipment. And if you're wondering where to get it, it is in the equipment metal shop. Let's see, right here, Romantic Drive. And in fact, I'm going to grab some of them because I am going to be grinding out some Z ranks. I'm going to try and grind out some Z ranks of this equipment because it's that good. This is the next piece of equipment for 21. Blast defense, special move damage, and a lot of strike attack. I could probably get this to Z if I upgraded this one a bit, but I've just always I'm always so like scared to upgrade S rank equip or to try and go for Z's, because that slot can go down and then it'll take me like 10 rerolls just to get it back to where it was, let alone higher. So I'll get that to Z someday. And then she also has the blast attack, blast defense, and strike attack per android. Really good equipment. 16 is rocking blast defense and double strike attack. His blast attack sucks so much that I don't even bother with it. We got critical, blast defense, more strike attack, and then we've got double defense and special move damage. The reason is because his special move damage is pretty strong, but it's not great, so I want to give him some extra special move damage, and he's already a defensive juggernaut, so why not just make him even tankier than he already is? There's no real need to talk about the equipment for the bench units. I just have whatever gives me the highest ability bonus on them. And then Cell has strike defense, special move damage, and then both attacks. He's got this Z right here, blast attack, strike defense, 1% lower on blast defense, but I don't really care. And then some strike attack. It's not terrible. And then I have this one, double defense and blast attack, just to give him a bit of tankiness. It allows him to survive at least one combo with before he transforms, which is very important. It's very important that he manages to live at least one combo before needing to transform. That way, you can then sack him off to a Rising Rush afterwards. Alright, I'm gonna have to hurry this part up. I was talking about that android team a lot longer than I thought I was. So, moving on to the female Warriors team, the trio that I normally go with is 21, Kefla, 18. Now, I literally just talked about how having too many strike cards is a bad thing, and I'm using, again, 2 units that hold 2 strike cards. But remember when I also said that leading 18 was better if you wanted to have a blast card? Well, that's usually what I do when it comes to the female team. The android team, I almost always lead Cell unless I'm 100% certain they're going to, or at least unless I know that there's a chance they could lead their blue unit, I always lead Cell. For the females team, I almost always lead 18. I will never lead Kefla. That's something I will never do. I've never understood why people who play Fusions lead Kefla, because literally not having any blast cards is the worst thing possible. All I have to do is not be close to you, and you can't hurt me. All I have to do is back up, and you can't hit me. Like, at the end of the day, you not having any blast cards, unless there's a super in your hand that you can catch me on a sidestep with, you're not hurt. You literally can't touch me. So leading Kefla is like the worst possible thing. And whenever I fight Fusions and there's no yellow Vegito, I will sometimes lead 21, because even if I do have all strikes, all I gotta do is bait the Kefla into using their blast armor strike card, and then just beat them up. So, but I have taken Videl out on a few occasions. As you can see, I've used some multi-Z power to get her to 3 stars. And she's really good. She's so good. She's one of the few extreme units that I could actually see being good at a low star count, like even in the higher ranks, because it takes her a minute to get going when she gets in, but if you bring her in, pop her main, locks them in for 10 counts, it's ridiculous. And on top of that, her Z ability is broken. Like, double defenses, 3-star? Really? Double defenses at 3 stars. It's broken. it's actually broken. I mean, hell, I think she was already doing double defenses at 1 star. It was just for only female warriors and not the color red. Like, she has one of the best Z abilities in the entire game without question. And then Ribrianne's also down there doing double defense. And you'll notice I actually have a blue unit for this team. The free-to-play 21 is very good, but I only bring her out if I'm running into a Zenkai Gohan. That's the only time I ever bring her out, because that's the only time I feel like I'd actually need her. More often than not, I'm going with 18, 21, Kefla, in that order. If there's a really powerful yellow unit, and I'm talking like Zenkai Kid Goku or something, yellow Vegito, I usually don't, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think yellow Vegito's all that. Like, the amount of times I've had to fight him, later in a match, yeah, when he's built up a lot of buffs, and, you know, he's got a crap ton of blue cards, But if you can manage to take him out before he transforms, I'm gonna straight up say, I'm probably gonna trigger some people by saying this, but before his transformation, Yellow Vegito sucks. Like, genuinely. Before he transforms, that unit is awful. And if you can manage to take him out before he transforms, it's not even that hard to do. Like, 18 will one combo that damn Vegito. So I usually don't even bring Videl. I just don't lead 21. I just make sure I don't lead 21 on the off chance that that they lead Yellow Vegito. And again, I never lead Kefla, so let's just go right into the equipment for the team. Everyone is rocking the female equipment. Everyone here. Everyone has it. And I'm gonna try and get a Z for all of them, so there's no point in going over them. 21 is rocking double defense plus blast attack for each female warrior. And then she's also got this defensive equipment. 21 has the same equipment on her. I do believe this one's different though. EX Videl, blast defense, critical, strike attack, strike defense, always good. She's got the busted 20% equips. And she's got the, again, this female equipment. So this is different for 18. On 18, on this team, I have her running this, which is strike attack, key recovery, blast defense, and damage to hybrid Saiyan. Because I only have 2 androids here. So you notice that 21 and 18 don't have the android equipment, this one right here that they're rocking on the other team, because that equipment is for each android unit, and there's only the 2 of them. I'm missing an android unit unless I bring the free-to-play 21. So I find it just better to use this, and this is why this team is a bit more offensively oriented than defensively oriented. I'd say these 2 teams are equal, but females is more offensive and androids is more defensive for that reason. Kefla is the only one here rocking full awakened equips. Strike attack, strike defense, special move, ultimate damage, the normal female equip, and then strike attack, blast defense, key recovery. It's all ridiculous. And again, Ribrianne's equipment is just whatever gave me the highest ability bonus. So that is what I'm rocking in terms of females. The reason for the lineup, I mean, there's no one else here that can really do anything that these guys do. I'd be happy to see some more Zenkais for this team, as well as this one. But until then, yeah, I mean, they're kind of the only option, if I'm being completely honest with you. If I had the new Great Saiyaman, I would actually be running him on this team instead of EX Videl. But I don't have him. I have Goku Black, unfortunately. So, yeah, there's that. If there's anything else you guys want to know, do let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna get out of here because this video has gotten pretty long, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to upload it. So, yeah, if you enjoyed, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.